This is the most dangerous food in America. This is fried butter.
Fair food. It's greasy,
Oh no,
cheesy,
I love provolone.
I love you too.
and anything but healthy.
How many calories does this have?
That's not a question. You just eat it.
And that is why I'm here.
Welcome to the State Fair of Texas. Today, I'm on the search for the most bizarre, strange food you'll find anywhere right here in the state of Texas.
This is the State Fair of Texas, a breeding ground for daring culinary experimentation.
It's like candy with beef in it. Am I gonna actually taste the beef?
Of course.
Including America's latest unhealthy, high-calorie obsession.
You invented fried
I
butter?
invented fried butter.
No one's gonna contest this online.
I dare them.
Time to see which of these foods will become the next American staple. Let's go. At the State Fair of Texas, when you check out fair food menus, you'll sometimes notice these rare badges. That means these foods are contest winners, recognized as being the most delicious or creative by the Big Tex Choice Award. It works like this. Each year there are 10 nominees and 1 winner in the categories of Best Savory Food, Best Sweet Food, and Most Creative Food. Here, Ruth has won 4 awards, including 2 just this year.
Ruth, you ready?
Yes.
I wanna give you a handshake, but I don't wanna throw you off balance.
We could stand here and shake all day.
First of all, you're almost 88 years old.
Yes.
People who retire at 65, are they losers?
Well, I wouldn't say
okay,
that.
I'm sorry.
No.
Her shop opened at this fair in 1988. Back then, she was specializing in tamales. Over time, her menu expanded, and so did her accolades.
We made the finalists for the savory and the sweet. Brisket brittle is my sweet, crispy, crazy corn, the savory.
They both were finalists.
They were both finalists.
I want to talk about some of these menu items because I am so excited. The first thing I saw on your menu was the brisket brittle.
Yes.
Now, I've had peanut brittle, and I love peanut brittle, but what is a brisket brittle?
Instead of the peanuts, add the brisket. Oh, flavorful. Oh, yes.
Can you do that in anything? Could I do that with a Snickers bar? Take out the peanuts and put in brisket?
Peanut brittle. It's a hard candy, usually embedded with peanuts. Here, instead of peanut, they use Texas beef brisket.
Am I gonna actually taste the beef?
Of course.
Peanut brittle, to me, it's like a Christmas confection. I'm here in Texas, and this brittle is filled with brisket. Hold on, is this brisket? It's very brittle. Did I mention it's in a boot? I'm trying to find the most brisket piece. You can see little fossilized pieces of brisket inside. It's sweet, it's crunchy, and then it's sticky after that. And the briskets release their own flavor crystal, filled with smokiness and barbecue-ness. I'm like Calvin now, just adding ness to the end of words where it doesn't make any sense. This is brilliant. I never would have thought to put these two together. They took a holiday treat and they Texasified it.
This year, the brisket brittle was nominated for Best Sweet Food. They were also nominated for this unusual take on the taco.
That's so State Fair friendly. You can walk with the cone and you have a full meal.
Okay, how many bites do you think that will take me?
It's a pretty good meal.
I have a pretty big mouth.
Ruth's taco cone starts with 2 scoops of cilantro rice placed deep inside the cone, then a plop of black beans. Layered on top of that, barbacoa, a type of slow-cooked beef. Next, a scoop of pico de gallo, then a sprinkle of cheese, a lime wedge, and green jalapeno sauce.
This is about kind of a bizarre food delivery. Usually, a taco is gonna be inside of a taco. When I was in Korea a while ago, I had a pizza cone, and it was just a very doughy cone that held all the pizza ingredients. But here, this is a taco cone. It's based off a hard shell. On top, they have a lime. It's nice. Oh, the meat is so smoky and rich. This is delicious. You have to be careful because some of the wet taco ingredients will start rushing down. That's why they have that on there. But I wanted to show you. What? There's more layers. It just keeps going forever. We got some nice beans. A couple other things to note about the taco cone. This costs $18. That's not nothing. I might have to put a second mortgage on the house that I don't own at all, actually. But I gotta say, for $18, they're not skimping. This is legitimately heavy. It's super fun to eat, but you gotta be quick. If you wait too long, all those beautiful juices are gonna leak out the bottom.
Fair experts here know some of the best food is hiding inside.
This is our first time being indoors so far, and I like it because of the air conditioning.
Here in Texas.
This food court has 27 different vendors, all with their own unique menus, so competition is fierce.
You can't start with corn dogs, that's been here for 60 years. You can't have funnel cakes, pizza.
But true heroes rise up and thrive in the face of adversity. Over time, hidden gems have come to reveal themselves.
Chris, put her there.
Hi.
Meet Chris, owner of Scrumptious Pie Shakes.
How long have you been here?
10 years.
It took him 4 years of trying to be accepted as a vendor.
When you apply, do you apply with like one food or a whole concept?
You apply with a concept, but the concept has to be anchored in something unique. Our unique item in our restaurant is pie shakes. Make a shake out of a piece of pie.
What do you put it in a blender?
They put it in a blender.
With ice cream?
Yeah, exactly.
I might need to get that too. Yeah, let's talk about the Texas Easter egg. This is what caught my eye, and this is why we're here today.
This was in the semifinals this year of the Big Tex Choice Award.
For the savory category.
That's correct.
Okay.
The Texas Easter egg. After looking at it, you may not be surprised to know this did not plop out of a bird, or an Easter bunny for that matter.
Texas Easter egg is essentially a deep fried jalapeno popper with a few extra things.
Wow, and you fit all that inside.
That's right.
Instead, it's a blend of cream cheese, cheddar cheese, beef brisket, bacon, green chilies, jalapenos, and Tex-Mex seasoning. All that is formed into an oblong egg shape. Next, dip the egg in egg yolk, then coat it in a layer of breadcrumbs and Italian seasonings.
The marketing is brilliant. This could have been anything. It could have been a cube, it could have been a rhombus. You chose the egg shape, and then you put kind of a pastel color on top. How'd you think of that part?
I'm just a genius.
Okay. On the side, a drink. This is a shake that they put a whole pie into, and I was hoping to see the whole pie go into a blender, but they've blended it off premises, unfortunately. Oh, wow. It's so thick, like a Wendy's Frosty, but it tastes so much better. Oh, hi. There's a little bit of caramel. It's creamy, it's chocolatey, which is odd because the color is like an off-white. That set me up perfectly for my savory treat right here. The ranch is so bright. It's pink, yellow, blue. I mean, this is what you would color an Easter egg with normally. It's kind of like a big meat oval. Whoa. Oh, I taste cream cheese, jalapeno, bacon, meat. Then there's just like this little bit of an exterior that's kind of crunchy. It's just holding everything together, like a thin breading. There's some strong ranch flavors in there too. Even more ranch.
Remedies lost, my darling.
I think I overdid the ranch. It looked great, but that was a lot of ranch. It's one of the most unique foods I've ever seen. It's incredible that they've done this by hand. They take these kind of loose, creamy ingredients, bread them and fry them while making them pretty much look like eggs. I mean, it's kind of a messed up egg. Like if I was a chicken, I'd probably lay something like that. That'd be my best effort. Let's go!
Our next Strange Food Science Lab came up with a menu item so good, it won 2 out of 3 categories in the same year.
Another food vendor, another food. Check it out, guys. Check it out now.
It was created by this guy, Tom Grace, the owner of Pizza and Funnel Cake Fingers, a 28-year-old business that started exclusively at the fair, but now operates as a catering company during the off-season. Their pretzel used to be their hot-selling item.
Guys.
That was until they invented this.
This is one of the most unique foods I've ever seen. The funnel cake bacon queso burger. 5 words, 1 great food.
It's a burger that contains a freshly grilled beef patty and crispy bacon. But instead of a typical bread bun, they make their own burger-sized funnel cake buns.
Everybody loves funnel cake. Funnel cake is like a fair classic. It's fried dough, and it's a dessert. But that's the funny thing. This has won an award for best savory food. So I don't know how they decided how to distinguish it. Is it sweet? Is it savory? It's a little bit of both.
Next, the funnel cake, a burger patty, and the bacon are doused with queso, a liquid Tex-Mex cheese dip. Finally, sprinkle the whole thing with powdered sugar.
I'm gonna pick it up. Okay. Yes, we have liftoff. One pro tip from an amateur. If you breathe in while you're taking a bite, you will choke to death and die. And rest in peace. I'm gonna squeeze it together so I can try to get my mouth around it. I see cheese, beef, bacon, and funnel cake in one bite. I'm going for it. Don't breathe in, don't breathe in. I dropped a little bit. Oh, Lordy. There's so much happening right now. That bacon is juicy. Right here, one side powdered sugar, the other side queso. How's that make you feel? Conflicted? Not me. That's delicious. No, no. This cost $13. I've already dropped $3 of it. I need to be careful. Here's another good bite right here. Check this out. We got beef, bacon. We have the bun still intact. This is why I come to state fairs, for experiences like this. You're not gonna find this at a mainstream burger chain. They're gonna do a bunch of R&D. They're gonna find out that Frank from Oklahoma doesn't really like the crunch because it cuts the roof of his mouth, and then they're gonna change everything. But here, they don't care about Frank. Frank can go back to Oklahoma. We're in Texas.
Our next unique food creation is something so unhealthy, I can't even believe it exists. I'm talking about fried butter.
Abel?
Yes.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back, brother.
I came here yesterday with Calvin, and we tried their famous PB&J.
Powdered sugar will choke you every time.
Made and invented by Abel Gonzalez Jr., the owner of this here stand.
Today, I'm on the search for the best and most bizarre foods. I'm talking fried butter.
Fried butter.
That's gonna be my main course. I heard you also have fried
Coke.
from Colombia?
No, not that kind of Coke.
Coca-Cola?
Like Coca-Cola.
Coke. How do you fry a liquid?
It took me a little bit because, you know, I'm not the smartest person in the world. But you can't put a liquid inside a hot fryer or else you have some sort of an explosion. You get burnt a little bit.
You've tried this before.
I've tried it. I trial and error.
Here he starts with the dough, mixed with Coke flavoring and Coke syrup. That dough gets deep fried and topped with whipped cream. Finally, cinnamon sugar and a wee slice of strawberry for a heavy hit of vitamin C.
Here, diet. No, I almost said Diet Coke. I wish. Oh my God. What if you made this with Coke Zero? It would have 0 calories. This is not that. This is fried Coke. This has been topped with whipped cream. They put a strawberry slice, and I dropped it. Produce is very expensive this time of year. Oh. Abel. What? I don't know how he's doing this. This is some sorcery. This is blowing my mind. It's basically a bready bread, but there's something more special than that. There are some deep, fizzy Coca-Cola flavors inside. How is that possible? I don't know. I'm trying to deconstruct it and understand it, but it's bending my mind. I don't know how he did it. I mean, look inside, it just looks like bread. I don't even know where Coke gets its flavor from. I do believe they have Coke mines in Africa. It's very controversial, but that's not why we're even here. We're here for the unhealthiest food in America. I want to know, when you started out, what was the first menu item that you had that made you stand out?
I was just trying to do everything that I could to make something stick, and pretty much nothing was sticking until fried PB&J, and then fried butter. I invented fried butter.
You invented fried butter?
I invented fried butter.
No one's going to contest this online.
I dare them.
You are oozing with confidence.
I know.
And a little bit of sweat.
A little bit.
It has 2 ingredients, a butter cube and dough. The butter is placed in the center of the dough to form a dough ball. That gets deep fried for just a few minutes. Top it with honey and cinnamon sugar, and this heart-stopping buttery biscuit is ready to go.
It's become like a state fair staple. You go to any fair, they're gonna have fried butter.
So people are just copying what you did.
It used to bother me, but now fried butter is gonna outlive me, and that's pretty cool. I like it.
Especially if you keep eating fried butter. Ooh, sorry, that was too honest. I'm sorry.
That was harsh.
I know you're not supposed to wait too long. They give you 4 of them. It seems like a good deal for about $8. Fried butter at the State Fair of Texas. Here we go. Oh, hot. Is the butter completely broken down and melted and like liquefied, or is it?
So when you bite into it, you're gonna squirt butter.
Oh, There's sugar on top, there's honey on top. There's a major sweetness factor, but inside that butter is bursting out in your mouth. Well, mainly in my mouth. Wait, is it in your mouth too? That was it. That was the moment. It gushed everywhere. That butter, you could dip crab legs into that butter. It was very hot, just hot enough. It didn't burn my mouth off. I still have all my taste buds intact. That is delicious. I don't know if you guys are butter fiends like me. I love butter, and it's gotten me into a little bit of trouble in my life here and there. I've gone to weddings where I publicly have been judged by how much butter I was putting on my dinner rolls, and I thought I was at a wedding and it was all free, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Here, this invention of his is gonna outlive him, and it's gonna outlive basically anybody who eats this type of food, for obvious reasons. On to the next location. Everything today has built up to this moment right here. I'm here to talk about your savory balls.
All right.
Meet Greg. His parents, Norma and Robert Parrish, earned their booth here in 1985. Gourmet Royale, 99 years after the first fair took place in Dallas.
It all started with popcorn. My dad opened a popcorn store, and over time, we just introduced unique items to the menu.
But you guys have a lot more accolades than that.
Yeah.
Craig has a long ball history, starting with the fried chicken Alfredo balls that were nominated for an award but didn't win in 2019. Well, this year, he's bringing home gold twice.
We've won 2 awards for most creative and best tasting savory for our deep fried seafood gumbo balls.
2 of 3 awards, 66% of the total available awards.
Right.
Gumbo is a heavily seasoned stew famous in New Orleans. It combines several varieties of meat and seafood. I got to see it with the Gumbo Queen myself.
Where's your recipe book? Oh, it's in there.
Here, instead of the stew, he takes all the ingredients from the recipe, including rice, chicken, panko breadcrumbs, a homemade roux, shrimp, and andouille sausage. He mixes it all together and rolls it into a ball.
How do you keep that bound together?
With the combination of the rice, the roux, and the panko breadcrumbs. It creates an adhesive for the meat and everything to stick together.
And from that point, you just throw it in the fryer.
Well, no.
No.
Coat the ball with flour, then an egg wash, then treat it in some panko breadcrumbs before frying.
Has it helped? You look very busy.
Yes, business has been booming.
Are you guys able to keep up?
We've been prepared for it. Our goal was to have 100,000 gumbo balls made by the opening day. So we have been working very hard since July.
Wow.
Finally, a miniature cup of gumbo stew is served on the side.
This is our final meal today. A bizarre food indeed. A stew that has been turned into a fried ball. As we tour the basket, we have some actual soup with the crab legs in it. Tabasco, that is not ketchup. Tabasco, saltines, because a lot of people like to put saltines in the soup. And then over here we have fried okra. Oh, that is delicious. I don't know what seasonings they put on there. It's not just okra and breading. It's got some delicious flavors coming through. Here, a bit of gumbo. I've got a bay leaf still in the soup, and I'm gonna give this a little bit of a sip. Oh, wow. That's so rich, oily, and savory. Tastes like a little bit more like a condensed gumbo. Oh. The first thing I notice about these balls is the heft. There's a lot of weight to them. Okay, these are not filled with air like Lay's potato chips. I'm just gonna take a big bite and see what happens. Oh my God. It's very salty, it's very seasoned, and there's just so much meat in there. This is probably one of the most powerful balls I've ever held in my hands. Oh yes. I love the crust on the outside. It just gives it a little bit of a shell, and you can crunch through that. It's a really interesting, good idea. I think to be a winner, to be a standout at a fair, you have to have something that's a little bit familiar, but a little bit new. So they took something everybody knows and everybody loves, gumbo, and then they just kind of reconstructed it. They changed the configuration. I'm very proud of Greg. I love the story from the beginning to the end, from selling popcorn to selling over 100,000 of these balls in 1 month at this state fair. That's incredible. So that is the most strange, most bizarre, unique food I could find here at the State Fair of Texas. But for me, there can only be one most unique, strange, lovely creation in my heart. In fact, it's a creation that nearly stopped my heart, and that is fried butter. Fried butter knows how to take a perfect moment. Someone making fresh baked bread and putting on nice soft butter that's just barely melted. That really specific moment that you only get to experience a few hundred times in your life. They've narrowed it down to a special fair bite that you could purchase for only $8. Best Ever Food Review Show is a small team of independent creators, and everything we do here works because of you guys. Click the link in our description to join our Patreon and receive exclusive benefits. A piece. Just note, when you buy this, the talk is clicking, and you serve 2.
Yes.
So why 2 and why not one big one?
I don't know. I just thought of 2 balls, you know.
I can't wait to try out these 2 items. I'm gonna go do it now.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, I was gonna eat alone.
I had candles. Come on, dude.
Is there a dark room?
It's darkish.
Is there a camera in there?
A little bit, maybe.
Okay.
It's
all right,
hidden.
Then let's go. Craig, thank you very much. I can't wait to put your balls in my mouth. I mean, oh God.
No, that's not right.
Guys, that is it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Peace. And go out to Big Tex. Oh, he said peace. He said it. Did you hear him?